I'm gonna tell you a part of the game I hate. I hate it. I don't like it. So a lot of times in the criminal defense world, a client might have more than one case. It's very, very, very easy for somebody to pick up multiple cases out of one incident. For example, let's say somebody gets a DWI, and while they're arrested for DWI, they get mad at the cop and hit the cop, and now they got a DWI and assault of a peace officer out of the same incident. I've seen cases where sometimes somebody has 3 or 4 cases coming out of one incident. An evading, a DWI, assault on a peace officer, all of that coming out of one incident. But every criminal defense attorney has dealt with the situation where a client who had multiple cases, where 1 or 2 of the cases were bad. They were bullshit, they were shit cases, they were cases that the state couldn't prove. But instead of dropping the case, what the prosecutor does is they use that as leverage for negotiation for the case that's a decent case, that's a better case for them. They'll say, Brandon, what this will do, we'll dismiss these other 2 if he pleads to the 3rd one. Well, you need to dismiss the other 2 because the other 2 are bad cases. Dismiss those cases. They're bad cases. Why are you using that as leverage going forward? It's crap. It's bullshit. And it really is frustrating. It takes the human element out of it, right? You're not seeing these clients as people. You're just seeing them as numbers, as a file. And that's one thing that gets lost in the criminal injustice system. People just become a file number, right? And part of our job as criminal defense attorney is to remind the state, remind people that you're dealing with human beings. These are human beings. This case is bad. Dismiss it on its own. Don't use it as leverage going forward. Like, I'm sorry it's inconvenient for you, but your job as a prosecutor is to seek justice. You don't have the same job as me. Me and you, criminal defense attorneys and prosecutors have 2 different mandates. A prosecutor's mandate is to seek justice. And sometimes seeking justice means dismissing cases that people shouldn't have been arrested on in the first place. It's very frustrating, right? Like, if a case is bad, dismiss it. And then move forward with the case that you do have. Why are you using that as leverage? It's frustrating. It's frustrating. So, for anybody who deals with the criminal justice system, is going to, gets arrested or gets locked up or has family members, understand that. If somebody has multiple cases, 1 or 2 cases might be really bad, and cases that might need to get dismissed, but they're not going to get dismissed. They're not going to get dismissed to the end, more than likely. Sometimes it'll happen, but for the most part, it won't happen to the end until they decide to go to trial or a plea is made, and then those cases are dropped. But in reality, they're just dropping cases that should have been dropped along the way anyway. So it's very, very, very frustrating.